Good morning, students. In today's session, we will continue with the next problems. That is, in our previous class, we have studied how to calculate the mean deviation about mean and median from the exercise 15.1. Okay, and we had considered there all the kinds of data. That is, ungrouped data, grouped data, and in grouped data again discrete data. And in our previous class, even the last problem what we had solved, it was a continuous data. So now let us once again consider same continuous data, okay, and find the mean deviation about mean. That is your question number 10 of exercise 15.1. Okay, so here the data given in the 10th problem already have written their class interval, but they are nothing but the heights of the students in centimeter, and next F is nothing but the number of boys. Okay, so here this is a interval which denotes the heights of the boys, and this is how many boys have that height in the given interval. For this also you have to calculate the mean deviation about mean, right? So before that, let us write what you have to calculate. Okay, so you have to calculate the mean deviation about mean. And what is the formula to calculate the mean deviation about mean? Sum of Fi into modulus of xi minus x bar divided by capital N. Okay, so this is what? This is nothing but the mean deviation about mean. But to calculate this, we need what? We need what is mean. So what is mean for a continuous data? It is sum of all Fi into xi divided by capital N. Right. Now to calculate the mean also, what we should have? We should have Fi into xi, which is not there here. Okay, but all Fi's are there, xi's are not there. So first let us calculate what are these xi's. Okay, xi's as we already know, xi's are nothing but the mid values of these interval. So 95 to 105, which is the mid value? It will be 100. And how to 25.3. Similarly, next one will be 15.3, 5.3, 4.7, 14.7, and finally 24.7. Okay, so this you have got modulus of xi minus x bar. Next, what should you calculate? You should calculate Fi into modulus of xi minus x bar. That is Fi into modulus of xi minus x bar. Okay, that is what you will do here. You will multiply the column Fi with this column, that is modulus of xi minus x bar. That is this and this one. Okay, that is 9 into 25.3. It will be 227.7. Next, 198.9, 137.8, 141. Next, 176.4, 247. And you need to add these all. Why should you add these all? So as to get the summation of Fi into modulus of xi minus x bar. So what will be this total equal to? It is 112.8. Sorry, 1128. I'll just once again write it. So the total sum will be equal to 1128.8. Okay, so now we know the sum. Easily we can calculate mean deviation about mean. So it is sum of all these. So that is what? 1128.8 divided by. What is the total L? That is total frequency 100. So what will be the final answer? The final answer will be 11.28. And what is this 11.28, students? It is the mean deviation about mean for the given data. Right? Now in the given data, what is this? It is an which type of data? It is a continuous data. Okay? So now this is all regarding how to calculate the mean deviation about mean for a continuous data. Now let us understand how to calculate the mean deviation about median for a continuous. As you can already see on the board, we have already written the problem number 12. Okay, so in problem 12 we have been given with age and the number of person who are having that age range. Okay, so here in this we have to calculate the mean deviation about median. So mean deviation about median, to calculate that, first you should know what is median. Okay, so knowing the median we can easily calculate what is the mean deviation about median. But to calculate the median you should know the median class. So first let us understand what is that median class, and then we will move to our further thing. Okay, so before this, let us one more thing, like learn a new thing here. So you have seen in our previous all continuous data, the class intervals would be like, for example, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like this it would continue. That is, the upper limit of first interval, it would be equal to the lower limit of the second one. That is, it would have a continuity. But you can see in question number 12, the class intervals, they are not continue. After 20, this is not 20, it has become 21. 25 is not 25, it has become 26, and so on. So such a kind of intervals, they are nothing but exclusive intervals. But always you should have inclusive intervals, or that continue intervals. Okay, so as to solve or to find mean deviation about mean or even median. So for that reason, let us make these intervals in form of a continuous intervals. Okay, so that is, we will subtract point from all the lower limit and we will add 0.5 to all the upper limit. So 16 minus 0.5, 15.5, 20 plus 0.5, 20.5, 21 minus 0.5, 20.5, 25 plus 0.5, 25.5, like this it continues, and we can see that they are nothing but what? They are continuous data. Okay, After this, let us write what? Let us write the mid values of these. So for 15.1 to 20.5, it is the mid value is 18, 23, 28, 33, 38, 43, 48 and 53. Okay. After this, now let us go to our median. So as already I have said you, to calculate the median, we should find what is this median class. So let us see how to calculate the median class, or you can say median class. It is a class whose cumulative frequency is either greater or equal to n by 2. Okay, so let us see what is actually that n by 2 is for our given question. about median for a continuous data. I have considered before 11th this 12th problem just because as this little intervals are different. So first I have explained you this. Next we will consider our 11th problem. There also same procedure we are going to follow, but only the difference is there we have already class intervals in form of continuous itself. Okay. So now let us consider our 11th problem to calculate. To calculate what? Mean deviation about median for a continuous data. I hope now everyone is clear. How do you calculate the median? Median class and then mean deviation about median. Okay, only the thing is you should understand what does those notation mean. If you are able to understand the notation meaning, then the process will become easy for you. Okay, so now let us consider our 11th question. So what is given in the 11th question? Marks of students and number of girls who have got that marks are being given. That is in the 11th question, the class interval they are given are 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. So the exam, for example, the exam was conducted for 60 marks. So out of 60 marks, they have divided the marks into 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, up till 50 to 60. So in that range, how many have got? They are saying us. That is, how many girls have got 0 to 10? They are 6. Next, 8, 14, 16, 4, 2. And the total frequency N is equal to 50. That is, they have considered a class of how many girls? 50 girls. So this is a data or the marks which students or the girls have scored for an exam. Right. So now, next thing. First, what will we calculate here? We will calculate what is the midpoint. Or you can even calculate what is cumulative frequency. Because to calculate the median class, what do you want? You want cumulative frequency. So first let us calculate the cumulative frequency. 6. Okay, it will be 14, 28, then 44, 48 and finally 50. Our value is tallying with what? The total frequency. So what we have calculated is correct. After cumulative frequency, even let us find out what is midpoint and then only what we will do? We continuous data. So in exercise 15.1, what have we learned? We have learned to calculate the mean deviation about mean and median for two kinds of data, that is grouped data and ungrouped data. Again, in the grouped data there are two types of data, discrete data and continuous data. So while solving this process or while calculating these all values, what special did we learn? The mean. What is our general way to find the mean? It is sum of all the observation divided by total observation. But in what was the special in case of mean which we have learned in this process is step deviation method. So we have seen that in a step deviation method, the values extra or large exercise can be converted to DIs, okay, so as to calculate the mean, okay, and the mean formula also changes with assumed mean, okay. And what about the remaining thing what you have learned? The next thing is how to convert, that is in question number 12. What did we learn? We learned how to convert an exclusive data into inclusive data, okay, or how to make our given data into the standard form, okay. So this is all regarding exercise 15.1, and even we got to know what? We got to know how to calculate the mean deviation, mainly the deviation and then its mean. Mean we knew how to calculate, but here we have learned mean deviation about mean and median, that is how to take the deviation. So, and apart from this, even we have learned about what is this mean deviation about mean, or only in general. What is this mean deviation? Mean deviation is nothing but it is also a type of or measure of dispersion. So measure of dispersion, totally there are 4 measures of dispersion, right? Range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation. Range is highest value minus lowest value irrespective of the given data, any type of data it might be. Quartile deviation, it is not like there for your class 11 or PU1. Next, mean deviation. Mean deviation, how to calculate the mean deviation for different kind of data, we have learned in exercise 15.1. Next is our standard deviation. So in standard deviation, we will learn one more term, that is variance. So standard deviation and variance walk like they are all together. If variance is there, standard deviation will be there. If standard deviation is there, variance will be there. So they are always considered together because they are linked together. Okay. So this is all regarding mean deviation.